everyone, I'm Jacob. I play Tithla. She's a ranger. Tithla's in Barovia because she's tagged along with some friends and somebody needs to look after them.
Hi, I'm Haz, and I'm playing the character of Theodore Ursa, satyr, Circle of the Moon druid, whose main motivation is to find a good revel and turn into a giant angry fey bear to protect his friends, particularly his best bud Tithla.
Hello, I'm Josh, and I shall be playing Killian Maxwell, a elf celestial warlock who has been travelling around Barovia for a little while and has joined up with the Tempest Guild to try and find his place.
G'day, my name's Tom. I'm playing Jonor, the Aasimar divination wizard. He is here to find the best and the worst of this world, and he's doing it with a bit of naivety and optimism.
Hello, I am Raph, and I'm playing Styx, who is a Gloomforged Paladin, on the journey of rediscovering themselves, quite literally, in the land of Barovia.
And I'm Owen, the Dungeon Master of our Curse of Strahd 5th edition campaign. A warning, gentle viewer. Curse of Strahd is a horror-themed Dungeons & Dragons campaign, which means you may hear adult language or adult themes throughout this episode.
Hello.
Welcome back,
Hello.
everybody. It is wonderful to see all of your gorgeous faces once again. We are here. We are playing Curse of Strahd. It has been too long since we last played. I am very sorry that I wasn't able to make it last week. My voice is still recovering. I went away to Singapore the week before, obviously, that we knew about. When I came back, I brought a bit of RSV with me. It was not my friend. So I took a bit of time to get back to the mend. I'm pretty much back to normal now. Very excited to be jumping back into Curse of Strahd. It's been, way too long since we played a bit of good horror D&D. I want to give a massive thank you to everyone who joined me Saturday night for our impromptu Hello Kitty Island adventure stream. You heard me right. I mean, I could give a long description as to why that happened, but I don't think it matters. It's more important that it did. If you wanted to watch that, it will be coming out on YouTube as a full VOD, all 2 hours of that glorious entertainment, sometime in the next couple of days. I'm not sure exactly when. It's having a bit of trouble rendering. There were some frame rate issues when the plane crashed into the... It's a long story, but we're getting there. It'll be all ready for YouTube very shortly. For those of you who have been watching Aloft, I want to give you a massive thank you. It's been a lot of fun playing through Aloft, having an awesome time. Recorded a couple more episodes today, which will be going up in the next few days. Finished the final build of the new island, and then immediately found a better island that I wanted to build on instead. So I guess I'm doing another build video. So I hope you've been enjoying those. If you have, let me know. It's been really, really fun. If you haven't watched them yet, I definitely recommend it. It's a really, really fun game. The other shout out I have to do, those of you who are fans of Disco Elysium, a number of the devs of that have come together to form a new studio called Longdew, and they're currently working on a new RPG called Hopetown. I am so fucking excited. It's going to be a Kickstarter. It'll be coming out very soon. I will give you more details when I know them. I am frothing at the mouth. I love Disco Elysium. This one seems to be you're playing as a reporter investigating this mining town that's kind of fallen apart politically and socially. It looks really interesting. I'm super excited to check it out. So I'll keep you posted with more updates and information about that. The other really cool, I guess this is another Kickstarter update for some reason. We've got Kickstarter updates now. The other fun Kickstarter update is the Brandon Sanderson Cosmere TTRPG. A lot of those rewards should be coming out really, really soon. Yes, I will do an unboxing video of all the physical rewards. Of course I fucking will. I got all of them. It's going to be great. So I will have the whole unboxing video set up. It will be so much better than the Avatar unboxing video.
Nerd.
Yes, I wear that badge proudly. And I will wear the badges that I got from the Cosmere TTRPG proudly as well, alongside it.
How many badges are we talking here?
I don't know. There was an option that said just give Brandon as much money as you can and he'll give you as much merch as possible. I just hit that one. I didn't even really look at the price. I didn't even know what it was or what I'm getting. I was just like, yes, give Brandon my money. Yes, here it is.
And
Favorite
how many
author.
times has that been charged on your card?
I don't care. It doesn't.
Yeah,
it's
good.
not important. It's as many times as he needs. Whatever Brandon needs, he can have. So very, very excited. So I'll be doing an unboxing video of that. I'm also saving up currently for the Rivendell Lego set. I know how much we loved the D&D Lego set. The Rivendell set is even bigger with more pieces. The D&D set only took me, 9.5 hours? So I'm sure the Rivendell set will be even quicker. This time, I will not be building it on the floor like a chump. I will do it on a table so that I don't fuck up my back for 3 days. So
I've heard that the Rivendell set is like the best Lego set they've ever made.
It's beautiful. And there's a light set that you can buy, like to weave in all these LEDs through it. Oh, it's fucking gorgeous. So very excited for that.
Amazing.
That's my fun news to share. Any other fun? Oh, we do have some unfun news. Raph, unfortunately, during his trip to America, is a bit sick when he's come back, so he's unfortunately not able to make it tonight. So we'll see Raph hopefully next week. Hopefully he's doing better. I'm not sure what he caught while he was over there, but I'm sure he'll be feeling good.
He caught Republican.
He caught Republican. Well,
it's not going well.
Well, it's time to go take him out then. I'm sorry, but we're not dealing with that in Australia.
Put him down.
Hopefully he's okay. Put him down, Jesus. hopefully Raph's okay. It does mean
like verbal put down.
Yeah, exactly.
Like bullying.
Yeah. There's nothing that we do better than that in Australia. To our best friends as well. It's how we show love. So yeah, we'll make sure he's okay with some like devastating insults about him. Personally, physically, emotionally, as much as we can, really. But yeah, I'll play the character of Styx tonight. Hopefully Raph's feeling a little bit better and we'll catch him soon. I don't think I've got any other fun news to share before we dive in. Unless there's anything else fun to share, no. I'm seeing blank faces.
It's probably completely irrelevant to most of the people here, but MagicCon in Chicago happened over the weekend, and Universes Beyond Avatar: The Last Airbender got announced.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I was going to save the Avatar news for the Avatar stream, but yeah, that's and they also revealed the new Avatar TV series that's coming soon as well. Yeah. Post-apocalyptic Avatar, Mad Max Avatar. I'm actually kind of hyped. I reckon this could be great. I'm looking forward to it. This could be awesome. And as a result of the Legend of Korra series, there's no past avatars except Korra now to rely on. So like when the new Avatar tries to like seek her past lives for guidance, just Korra there being like, yeah, I fucked up. Sorry. Could be pretty funny.
Wow.
Jacob, you had your hand up. What do you got?
Yeah, in far more important news, Maisie Peters' 25th birthday is only 3 months away.
So we're going to carry on with our session, do our recap.
One more thing. I saw an announcement today that for all of you Baldur's Gate 3 and Curse of Strahd fans,
yes,
there is a development team that is working on a Curse of Strahd module, putting it into Baldur's Gate 3.
No.
So you go to Barovia and you play through the entire...
Oh, boy.
You play through the entire module.
Oh, boy.
Okay. How would you like to get together a team of 4 of us to do that as a multiplayer? Because fuck me, that would be fun. Okay. Can you lead with that next time? That's far more exciting than every other piece of news we touched on. It's fucking amazing.
I just saw it as I was scrolling through D&D news earlier, and I was like, "Oh, this is relevant."
Can I say thank you for checking D&D news to bring to the start of our sessions. I thank you for taking that seriously. I don't even check D&D news to start our sessions with news. Whatever's filtered through social media or the people I know is normally what we do. There is going to be crossplay. Fuck yeah. Fuck yes.
Whoa.
Oh man. Baldur's Gate 3. Can I just say, Larian Studios, absolute goats. Absolute goats. They are what a studio should aspire to be. Ubisoft, you got a long climb. Get your shit together.
All of the rest, like Marvel Rivals, just got rid of all of their...
I heard about this. They dumped a whole bunch of their team. I wasn't sure of the details of it, but it sounded like I heard they dumped a whole bunch of their development team.
I'd heard it was a smaller satellite group.
Okay.
Interesting.
It still sucks for those people who lost their job. But
especially when it's been
a core development group. It was a smaller satellite group that had supported.
But do we really think Marvel and Disney don't have enough money to pay the developers?
Hey, how else do you get rich, Owen?
That's true. You do it by fucking over everyone else around you. Yeah, that's right. That's very true.
That's the one problem with releasing a free to play game where all of the characters that they bring out are free, and the only money that you spend is on cosmetics that nobody really wants.
Mm.
But I'm also, can I just say though, I'm really proud of them for doing that, because in today's kind of era of live service games and loot boxes, I've got to say, like, That's really good of them to do that. I want that trend to continue. Yeah. We want to reward that kind of behavior in the gaming industry. I should probably play Marvel Rivals, not because it's the kind of game I play, but because I want to reward that behavior from that studio and from those developers, because that's great. I hate the predatory kind of monetization that we're seeing of games creeping more and more. Fucking looking at you, EA. I hate that. I hate it so much.
$90 for your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle skins in Call of Duty.
Yeah, but how else are you going to spend $90? Come on.
Yeah, right.
Eggs in America. Let's do our recap and let's jump into the session. That's the only political joke. That's not true. We know that's a lie.
We've done like 17 so
It's
far
already
today.
started. Our series has been following the adventures of the Tempest Adventuring Guild. Theo, Jonor, Tithla, Styx, Killian, and 2 newcomers. Having become trapped within the realm of Barovia while searching for some missing adventurers, the team are preparing to take the fight to Strahd and Sergei. Invited to dinner at Castle Ravenloft, the team have made a deal with Strahd in exchange for their safe passage out of Barovia. With the werewolf pack of the Svalich Woods currently splintered and no longer paying tribute to Strahd, the team have been sent to hunt down the rebel werewolves to the north of Lake Zarevich. Without knowing the exact destination, the team decided to make a detour via the village of Vallaki, planning to take a boat across the lake and save time on walking. Passing over the Luna River, Tithla spied a hidden backpack under the bridge, hanging from some climbing pittons. Despite finding some interesting items inside, the team took only a single gold coin, which appeared to be counterfeit in nature. With the bridge offering an unobstructed view of Lake Zarevich, the party thought they spied a large pirate ship half hidden in the mist, red sails fluttering in a faint breeze, but the ship soon vanished from sight, leaving the party with an uneasy feeling. Nearing the walls of Vallaki, the group found one more distraction along the road, a young man nailed to a tree by a large crossbow bolt. Examining the body, it became apparent the man had in fact succumbed to poison before being attached to said tree, and that this had occurred sometime in the last day or so. A little spooked at the message being sent, the team carried on to Vallaki, planning to let the guards know upon arrival. With night having fallen, the team reached the outer gates in darkness, only allowed entrance when the guards recognized them in the meager torchlight. Meeting with Captain Amelia, the team shared what they had been up to since leaving Vallaki and their finds along the road. Sharing their plan to cross Lake Zarevich and explore the northwestern shore for signs of werewolves, Amelia recommended they check in at the Blue Water Inn for 2 travelers who had recently arrived and had already demonstrated skill on the water. With Jonor choosing to accompany Amelia to check in on the Vistani at the stockyard, the rest of the team began to make their way towards the inn, warm lights spilling from the windows and the sound of music and chatter filtering out through the door. Inside, they soon spied 2 outlanders, a tall Meloran orc covered in tattoos, and his elderly gnomish companion. Heading over to speak with strangers, the team learned that Blood and Axel were also from Nostea, having only recently arrived in Barovia. Seemed that these 2 travelers had also seen the ghost ship. However, they had learned from the fishermen around Vallaki that any who see the pirate ship are cursed. Keen to assess each other's strengths before joining together, the group headed over to the guard training yard and had a little practice bout. And pleased with the combat prowess and display, the newly formed team decided to make a head start on locating a boat in the dead of night. Meanwhile, Jonor and Amelia split up to check out the stockyard, Jonor chatting to Gunther about the current goings-on around Vallaki and teasing him with some of the magic items the team picked up around Yester Hill. Deciding to come back in the morning with the rest of the team, Jonor headed out to find his friends. While this was happening, the rest of the team arrived at the northern gate and got chatting to one of the guards, learning a little more about the ghost ship and securing a boat they could borrow in the morning. Bumping into Jonor as they headed back into town, introductions were made and the team discussed next steps, realizing they might need to look at grabbing some extra equipment, including a weapon for Killian. Having just shown off the enchanted spear to Gunther, Jonor revealed the brutal-looking weapon to the group, Blood suddenly finding the voice of the spear speaking in his mind. Choosing to reject the call of the spear and its desire for violence, Blood decided to keep it as a weapon without using its magical effects. Arriving back at the Blue Water Inn, the team settled down for the night, Jonor doing a quick Tarokka reading for Blood before heading to bed. That is where we left off last session, as all of your characters enjoy the benefits of a long rest. Blood, you have chosen to not attune to the Blood Spear.
No, I did, but I believe it was Jonor that removed Cursed.
Remove Curse, that's right. Sorry, so if you tune to it, but you've removed the Curse. Yes, that's correct.
Yes.
Sorry.
So I don't get the full effects of the Blood Spear, but it's still a +1
Yeah,
spear.
that's exactly right. I think we've made the adjustment. I think I made the adjustment for it being a +1. I think I've done that already.
Yep.
Pretty sure it is. Perfect. As you awaken the next morning.
Sorry, there was one more very important piece of information. We learnt the names of Axel's friends who perished. Axel, would you like to remind us?
I think Tithla should check
Axel
her
is
notebook.
still sleeping.
Okay, it was Jeremy, Jeremiah, and Jacqueline.
That's right. Yeah.
Cool.
There's a lot of
Good to
J's.
know.
Well done.
Triple J, as they're known back
That's
in
amazing.
Nostalgia. Yeah.
Also, what weapon did I get? I can't remember.
You
what
didn't
I
get
grabbed.
one. You discussed needing a weapon, and then because
Ow.
it's nighttime and nothing was open, you were like, "Oh, I'll check in the morning." Yeah, I think you had discussed potentially checking in with Sergeant Amelia if there were any weapons you could get from the guards or the stockyard, because Jonor kind of shared, "Hey, I went to Gunther, tried to get some information, got distracted, sold him a whole bunch of stuff, then sort of unsold him, realizing that I shouldn't be bartering with everything while no one else is around. So like." I've kind of tickled Gunther's interest with these magic items and it like not given him anything for it. Now we've got to go back and actually do the things I said I was going to go do. And you also didn't go check out the Vistani as well, Jonor. You decided that it was a bit too late. You didn't want to go knock on the doors.
It was too spooky.
It was too spooky. Too spooky for you.
You found something out with the locket, though. There was something interesting you found with it.
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
you
the
opened up the
engraving.
locket and there was a name engraved inside of it, I believe. Or on the back of it.
Yeah, on the underside, I think.
That's right. Yeah.
We were also going to go and talk to Simon.
Simon.
Simon. Yeah.
It's
I wrote
the
Simon.
brother of the guard, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
it
the
brother-in-law
one
of the
that
guard?
Blood and
Yeah.
Axel saved from the lake. He's the brother-in-law of the guard whose boat you're actually going to borrow.
Boat we could use. Church West, past toy shop, dusty reddish brown, some other word that starts with
Roof.
SH.
It was
Maybe
dusty
shingles.
reddish brown roof because it was the shingles. Yeah.
Brown shingles. I got there. See? Who can't read that handwriting? Come on.
It's back to front for us, but yes, I understand.
You can't read.
Or are you writing back to front like Leonardo da fucking Vinci in here, mate?
I'm just saying it comes naturally to me.
Okay.
Forwards, backwards, roundy round.
Fair enough. As you all awaken the next morning, no warm sunlight filtering through the windows, no sound of birdsong to awaken you from your slumber. Instead, the sounds of the inn sort of coming to life again gently rouse you from your sleep. The sounds of pots and pans clanging together, the sounds of cups being putting away, the gentle susurrus of voices seeping up through the floorboards below as the inn opens for the breakfast business, I would say, as people come in to grab a bite to eat. As you make your way downstairs, you can see a number of the fishermen. Blood and Axel, a couple of familiar faces, not necessarily attached to names, given that you were drinking quite heavily while talking to these fisherfolk and being given a lot of free alcohol. Names don't come easily to you, but as you look around the room, you do recognize a couple of familiar faces. A few of the fishermen give you a nod, some even give you a pat on the back, Blood and Axel, thanking you for your timely intervention saving Simon, before they grab a few bay wraps, like a wrap of like a flatbread with honey mixed in, and make their way out the door. As you all gather together in the common room of the inn, so you sit around the barrel tables. A few of the bay wraps on the table for you. You've had your food and drink paid for. Pitcher of cold juice in the very center of the table. What would you like to do?
I think the first thing that Axel would do is check in on Blood. How are you feeling after your battle with that weapon there last night, my friend?
Don't feel good, but spear was pretty bad. Didn't like it, but feel like it will be okay now. Jonor will look after it. I think should be okay.
Oh yeah, there was definitely something there. Got cast away.
Thanks again, Jonor.
Actually, Jonor, can you please roll me a D100?
Oh, absolutely.
I just remembered that you've slept for another night.
Don't like this, but
Yeah, just you've had another night's sleep. I
jeez.
just need a D100. 66. Okay, let's have a quick. All right, we'll
it's
talk
not
about that.
666. All right, so
We'll talk about that later. Nothing. There's nothing we need to talk about right now, but that'll come up a little bit later. Carry on. You're good.
Oh,
Why don't we talk about it now? I feel like we'd all be far more comfortable if
Okay.
we discuss it now.
Jonor, there's something we're going to discuss when a certain trigger comes up. I'll let you know when that is.
oh,
There you go.
good, fantastic.
Thanks for
Oh.
explaining, Owen.
No problem,
My
my
fears
pleasure.
have been quelled.
Here to please. Myself.
All right, well, we're looking for a boat of some description. So we either use just the one that's the brother of the god, or we use both the ones you came on and that one. We've got sort of two options here.
I think that would be good. We can attach them together, and our should be able to get across. Blood thinks it's a good idea.
How big is Simon's boat? Because if it's like a 17-seater, then maybe we could all just go on the one.
That is a good question. How big was Simon's boat?
It's fairly big. You could probably comfortably fit 4 of you on that boat. It's a small fishing boat, remember? It's not like a large schooner or anything. 4 of you could comfortably fit on that boat. If one of them was Tithla or Axel, for sure. Styx and Blood are both big boys. Yeah. So it's going to be like, not all of you would fit on that boat for sure.
Yeah, so maybe 2 boats is a good idea.
That's very sound. So the raft you came on in, how big is that one? Oh, sorry, that was Simmons.
Well, enough for Blood and for Axel. So maybe get another one on there, but not comfortable, not like a Simmons boat. So might be a little hard, but Blood can go on that. And Axel, I think you were okay on that, right?
Maybe we could fit another little person, but Styx is our main challenge here, right? He's quite a look up at him.
He's a bit of a hefty boy, and you really want him to be like on the biggest thing, the biggest boat, so it doesn't fall off. So probably on, Simmons for him, I'd say.
Yeah.
That's hardly the way to talk to your captain.
Oh, well, I mean, you can make the calls we want, but I'm just throwing ideas out here. We'll figure something out.
No, you are correct. It will be difficult for me to squeeze into the smaller seats.
For everyone listening, that's Owens has a sore voice, so that sticks.
I think contextually that was fine, wasn't it? We were all.
I zoned out for a half sec. I was like, "What the fuck did I come back to?"
Do you want me to? I can do the other version. I can do my other version of Styx.
No, it works fine.
Okay,
I just
cool.
wanted to explain for anyone else who was driving their car and zoned out for half a second. Said, "Where did the demonic beast come from?"
Yeah. Well, first off, you get back in your lane for a start. Like you need to wherever you're driving right now and you've zoned out, you need to get back in your lane. Yeah,
work hard.
have a Coke, and then other brands are available. And then
cola, not the
have a cola. Well, who am I to judge?
They'll both perk you up.
Yeah, if it keeps you going.
Allegedly.
Yeah. I will. I'm happy to use. Look, which do we prefer? Do we prefer that for Styx, or do we prefer? Hello.
No, you got a sore voice. Go with the other one. It's fine.
Thank you.
I like the other one.
Perfect. Yeah. We'll stick with the other one.
Yeah.
Look, we can probably just chuck some rope around Styx. If he does happen to fall off, we can, attach him to the boat. He doesn't sink to the bottom of the lake. Just sort of a safety net for him, I guess.
I would prefer not to walk the length of the lake. It sounds like that would be a very slow, lonely walk.
Yeah, I'd definitely say so.
Plus, there's supposed to be something in the depths of the lake. The lake itself is supposed to be a lot deeper than what we expect it to be, so having Styx walk along and then suddenly lose him in a crevasse or something, or a trench, probably not a good idea.
Blood wouldn't like Styx fighting creatures of the lake on own as well.
So it sounds like it's all support of attaching a rope to him in case he falls off, right? That's where we've landed.
You could Stick could lie down so we don't fall off.
Yep.
Also, as a bow boat, I could lie down and be tied to the boat, and then if you need an anchor, I can just step off the side.
But then that defeats the object of what we're trying to avoid. You would end up in the water still.
All right, I'll stay on the boat.
Blood don't think we could get you up back, but Blood could lift you up. That might be hard.
Styx, how heavy are you?
This many.
And he holds up all his fingers.
Does he weigh less than 500 pounds?
Yeah, he would weigh less than 500 pounds. What's that in kilos? Is that in kilos? I need metric. 226 kilos. He weighs less than that. Yeah.
We could tie a rope to you, and I could always cast levitate on you, and you could do that whole paragliding thing that they do on boats. We could do that with you. I would need to cast it a few times, but then I'm casting it through the Bandalore, so it doesn't actually, or the Bandor, or whatever it's bloody called. So it won't actually cost me any of my magical energy.
That does mean that you've only got one casting of it before the instrument needs to recharge. Remember?
You got the charges.
You got the charge. Yeah, sorry, you got the charges. Yeah,
8 charges for it. Yeah.
Yeah, that could work. Fuck Lucan Bandor.
Yes.
We all assume Stickman can't swim, but Stick, have you tried swim before?
No, I have not. There is not a lot of water in Barovia, and I was cautioned to not go in it.
Oh. Okay. Probably not a good idea then.
I am happy to stay on the boat, and if we attach a rope to me and the boat, that would be even better.
Well, that's that one sorted out then.
I think we make some modifications if we can. Attach raft to main boat, and then that way we are together. Easier that way.
Yeah, Blood, you know that
We can get that done.
you know, Blood, from your years of sailing on the oceans of Nostea. A single hulled boat, not super stable, especially if there's going to be waves, if there's going to be high wind. What you want is to have a boat with an outrigger. And
That's exactly
we've got 2 boats.
Proposing. Yeah.
You're in a good spot. Yeah.
I could also cast Fly on you. Apparently, Fly also only takes 1 charge by Pandora as well.
That's very strong.
Fly sticks.
I've always wanted to fly. That sounds amazing. Alright.
Was there anything anyone else wanted or needed to do before we leave?
Well, I got kind of spooked last night talking to the Vistani. They're all sort of looked up at night, and they're the kind of shady characters. So if we can go past there and give them the news of the, dead one of them out there, that'd be great. I got halfway there and decided it was unwise.
I know you're all worried about Jacob as well, whether he'll fit, but he can fly alongside us now. He's very talented.
That is very cool.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Oh.
Have you not noticed before?
Could Styx ride Jacob?
I mean, he could, but it wouldn't help him. Jacob can't fly with me on him at the minute.
Right.
I'd have to be level 15 before I could do that.
Jacob needs to be at least 15% bigger.
At least. Approximately.
Yeah.
Well, Blood will get down and start setting up the boat. If anyone wanted to come, they come.
We should.
If not,
Well, should we go and ask Simon?
We need to go talk to Simon first.
Oh,
We haven't gotten his.
could not remember if done that or not. Yes,
I feels like it was many moons ago.
Yeah.
To be fair,
that
you were
It
told
was a
by
big
his brother-in-law, the guy at the gate, that he was basically
Yeah.
Simon was not going to be allowed back on the water for some time. If you wanted to take the boat, you could. You guys sort of said, "Oh, we probably should check with him," and he was like, "Yeah, look, you can if you want, but feel free to take the boat if you want as well." So you've got options. You don't have to. You do the right thing if you like.
Blood or Axel, do you know how long it would take for us to potentially cross the lake?
We're heading a different direction from the way we came, so our crossing took how long, DM?
It was about a couple of hours, about an hour or two to get to the point where you saw Simon, and you were on the far eastern shore. The town's on the sort of southeastern portion of the lake. It's a big lake, and the problem is as well, right? The wind was very still that day. Blood and Axel, you would both know, both being of a nautical persuasion. Axel a bit less so, but being of a nautical persuasion. Axel, you grew up in Oxenford. It's a fucking merchant city on the edge of the ocean. You know a little bit about boats. You know that if the wind's blowing in the right direction, you'll be moving quite quickly. If it's blowing in the wrong direction, you're going to be paddling very slowly. Neither of the boats... So your boat doesn't have a sail. You guys were paddling. Simon's boat does have a sail. So, I mean, you could... If the wind's blowing in the right direction, yeah, you don't think it'd be too bad. Blood and Axel, do you want to make a survival check?
Yeah, I was gonna say Blood was gonna excuse himself and go outside and see if it's windy.
Finger in the air, test the wind. Yeah.
Survival?
Survival check, please.
Yeah.
That Animorphs fan art gets me every single time. The one of Theo turning into a rat. I just love Animorphs, man. I think I need to reread Animorphs. It's been too long. 20 Blood, unnatural 20. Very nice indeed.
Whoa.
As you step outside,
Sorry, what were you saying?
survival check. Natural 1, 7. Oh no.
I'm just staring at my hand, thinking of if that spot on the back of my hand is the mark of that curse that we got told, or if that was already there.
Yeah, it's hard to know.
Instead of your licking finger and sticking it in the air, you lick your finger and stick it in the ground.
Yeah. Well, no, you lick your finger and try to rub off the mark, and like it gets bigger, and you're like, is it smearing? Is it growing? Maybe I shouldn't be fucking with it. It's hard to say. Blood, as you step outside away from Axel, who stays inside to check the wind speed. As you step outside, take a moment, you close your eyes, you feel the air kind of move across your body, the little hairs of your chest and arms. You're a very manly man. You'd have some body hairs. You feel it kind of move in the wind. Quickly lick a finger, hold it up to the sky, and you feel that there is a bit of an easterly wind blowing. Not bad. An easterly wind would be, it's not ideal, southeasterly be best, because you know you want to kind of, actually you don't know exactly where you're headed. The group kind of said they were going to head northwest across the lake, so a southeasterly wind would be awesome. That'd be a great tailwind to get you straight across the lake. Easterly still good. If you tack across, you can use that wind, few sort of switches of direction, and you'll be able to take that wind across to the northwestern shore without too much effort. Looking at the sky, Barovia is kind of always a bit overcast.
Yeah.
There are storm clouds brewing towards the south, though. You don't think that that's going to be a problem. If they're over towards the south, the wind's blowing from the east, they shouldn't be coming towards you. If the weather in Barovia works like it does on Nostea. But you can see there's large storm clouds brewing towards the south, above what looks like a collection of hills and mountains down that way.
Wind is good. Good day. We should get on the boats quick.
Okay, well, if it's going to take us a couple of hours, I might need to spread out. My uses of magic, they fly and levitate both only last for about 10 minutes, so we'll have to use them when needed. If we get into any troubles, then I'll cast fly on Styx so they don't end up in the water.
Good. Well, we'll head to dock. We'll go by Simmons first. Tell that we are taking boat.
Alrighty, so from the sounds of it, Blood and Axel, you're heading to Simmons and then the docks. Jonor, you were heading back to Gunther's stockyard and the Vistani there. Who's going with you for that? Killian, you wanted a weapon, I believe, didn't you? So it probably makes sense.
Yes. I'd like to go to speak to the Vistani as well.
Perfect.
I'll go with Jonor.
Killian, Jonor. Tithla, you are the odd goblin out. Where would you like to go? Do you want to go with Blood and Axel or Jonor and Killian?
I think Tithla's...
Or your own thing.
Okay,
Do you want to head to...
See you later.
Do you want to...
Come get me when you're done.
You're going to head to Blinsky's, right? Blinsky's workshop?
No, Tithla was going to head to the church.
Okay,
and
fair enough.
catch up and maybe try and refresh some of her medical genius abilities.
Yeah, that's right. You did want to chat to Father Lucian Petrovich. You knew that he wasn't available last night, but this morning, as far as you're aware, he should be in the church. Perfect.
And we're happy to skip over that. It's just that Tithla wants to catch up and go over some stuff and just practice. And
I'd be happy to skip over it, but if you're headed to the church, we are going to need to have a bit of a chat about what you find.
Even better.
I can't just, there is some stuff we need to talk about if you're heading to the church.
I tried.
Let's do...
Bye!
As Tithla just walks out the door. Styx will come with you. Styx is not going to let you just wander off by yourself. Styx.
Okay, Styx. And Tithla grabs Styx's hand and starts skipping down the road. We're gonna go to the church. We're gonna see Dad. We're gonna go and give him a hug because we've missed him real bad.
Okay. All right.
Are you excited?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. What's your favorite thing that you're looking forward to? And that's the whole way there.
And Raph will fill us in on what those are when he gets back next week. So let's follow. Let's go with Blood and Axel talking to Simon. Then we'll jump over to Jonor and Killian with the Vistani and with Gunther. And then we'll finish with Tithla at the church, I think. I may switch in between, actually. We might go through all three, and I'll kind of move between the three of them as we get to each spot. So let's start with Blood and Axel. As you'd be following Tithla, because that's it. Simon lives not too far from it, like a block away from the church, 2 blocks away from the church. So as Tithla skips off with Styx, the two of you just sort of walk maybe like half a pace behind, just following along. And then as Tithla and Styx get to the doors of the church and head on inside, you just take a left-hand turn and begin heading towards the more residential area of this part of the town. With the directions clear in your mind, it doesn't take you too long to find the dusty sort of reddish-brown brick shingle, reddish-brown shingle roofed house right on the end of one of the sort of streets, lined with what almost looks like these tenement townhouses stacked on top of each other. Some of them overhanging, some of them leaning into each other. It looks like a lot of these structures have been here for a very long time. Have been patched up and repaired as time has gone on, but there's a sense of kind of age to this part of the town. And as you get to the front door, you can see that the little area, there's a tiny garden in front of it full of what look like little planter boxes of herbs. You can see some very recognizable herbs, mint, thyme, rosemary, as well as some herbs you don't recognize as well. A few flowers on the end, not bright, vibrant colors, very soft, muted, almost like a reddish purple kind of tone to these flowers, very dark, matching the tone of Barovia quite nicely. As you open the front gate, grinds with this screeching, almost like a screeching cry as the gate slowly moves open on rusted hinges. And you hear a little bit of a sound from inside. As you get close to the front door, you see the front door open. Inside is the young gentleman who you saved from the surface of the lake, Simon. No longer dressed in his large woolen knitted jumper and very, very baggy pants. He's wearing much more comfortable linen trousers and what looks like a very sort of loose-fitting tunic. And as you open the door, you watch as a big smile on his face. He goes, "Oh, my friends, thank you for coming. I wasn't sure I would see you again." Closes the door very gingerly behind him with a very soft click, leans in. "My wife hasn't been too keen on me leaving the house recently. With a near-death experience. Are you here for a drink? I could use a drink at the tavern." And then he sort of has a bit of a glance around, looks up at the sky, sees it's early morning, and then just continues nodding. I could do with a drink."
Well, no, not why we're here, Simon. Actually want to take your boat out, head across the lake.
You want to take my boat? Where?
Northwest.
Northwest.
Sure.
It's dangerous on the northwest shore. I've heard the tales of creatures patrolling the borders, of monsters. Although not that monsters scare you lot. As he smiles.
Nothing we can't handle.
And
I think that's why we're going there.
Okay. How long will you have the boat for? I mean, I do want to get back out on the water and start fishing again. Obviously, I owe you my life. I'm not going to say no. Just want to know how long for.
As long as business takes, could be a few days.
Couple of days? That should be all right. Although, I was hoping to... And then you hear the door open, and as you look inside, you see a woman with long auburn hair tied up into these 3 braids that sort of cascade down her shoulders. One of them sort of moving around the front as it moves over her left shoulder. The other 2 hanging down the back. You can see these very long, intricately tied up braids. Slightly more tan skin. She looks almost a little bit like she could be more closely related to the Vistani, judging by her kind of slightly tan skin, very dark brown eyes. Whereas a lot of Barovia is very pale. A lot of the Barovians themselves look very pale and very malnourished in vitamin D. She's got that kind of much more healthy Vistani kind of glow about her. And as she opens the door and looks around a lot of you, you see Simon's guilty, sudden expression cross his face as he looks up and goes, "Oh, darling, I was just talking to the 2 people who saved my life. This is Blood and Axel."
Hello.
You watch as the woman smiles and holds out a hand to shake both of your hands very warmly. "I want to thank you so much for saving my stupid husband, for going out on the lake by his stupid self. She looks back towards him, and you watch as he kind of like winces each time she calls him stupid, and then kind of like laughs a little bit nervously and goes, you know, like Arthur was sick and I wasn't going to like miss out on a catch that day. She pauses and looks around towards him and goes, you know, it takes 2 people to pull the nets, to work the boat, to be safe on the lake. We are not starving, my love. We do not need to risk our lives for this. Please, come on. Use your head. I need you here, alive. I don't need you dead at the bottom of the lake, okay? You wait. If you cannot find help for the boat, you wait a day. I will come with you. Come talk to me. And you watch, she kind of smiles and nods, goes, yes, it's just, it's dangerous out on the lake. I wouldn't want you getting into any trouble. And then he sort of pauses as he realizes the argument he's just made, and you watch as she kind of smiles triumphantly, nods, and looks towards you lot and goes, I did not mean to eavesdrop. I overheard you are taking his boat away for a couple of days?
Aye.
Good. Please, take his boat.
Okay.
Which is Simon goes, but actually, I mean, I was hoping to go out and do a bit more fishing, and she just shakes her head. No, take his boat, please. Thank you. A couple of days.
Fish on way back. Give to you if you want.
No, please. You have done so much, bringing my stupid husband home, safe. Thank you. There is no more I need from you, except for you to take his boat out on lake. Just take it. Take his boat. If you bring it back in a few days, sure. If you do not ever bring it back, I don't care. Take his boat.
You fish on lake a lot, Simon? In past?
I mean, I've been out a couple of times. She just shakes her head as you see him like sort of say this. She watches. She's just shaking her head. No. He was an assistant to Arthur, one of the other fishermen. But Arthur was sick, and he'd take the boat out all by himself. He bought that stupid boat. We don't need a boat. Please take the boat.
Is this Arthur around?
Yeah, he's home. He got a bit sick out of the lake the other day. Yeah.
Blood wanted to talk to someone who knows the lake well before I take friends out.
I know the lake. I know the lake really well. You watch as again behind him. You can just see, just shaking her head.
Blood understands you know lake well, but Arthur though. You say he go out a lot.
Yes, I mean, very knowledgeable. You watch as again behind his head, Violet. Oh, sorry, you don't know her name yet. Sorry, the woman again just shakes her head and then goes, you want to know a little bit about the lake?
Aye, yes.
Head on down. Arthur is sick at the moment, and Arthur, he exaggerates things quite a lot. He tells tall tales, even for a sailor. If you're looking for reliable information, head down to the docks. If you're looking for... what sort of information do you need? You're looking for, like, lay of the land? Things to look out for?
Yes, I... Blood think it's lake, but deep in some parts. Hard to navigate because always cloudy. Wanted to know what they know. Any tips would be good.
You want to talk to Greta. She is down at the docks. She manages a lot of the maps of the area, a lot of the fishing spots. She's the one who helps designate areas to go and catch things. Talk to Greta.
Okay. Sounds good.
Which is Simon kind of nods, goes, yeah, Greta's she knows stuff. She's pretty good.
Oh, it's okay, Simon. I give him a pat. You'll be fine.
I mean, that boat cost me. And then you watch as he kind of pauses. A fear comes into his eyes. You watch as Violet turns again and goes, yes, how much did that boat cost you, Simon? You seem to... I don't know how much that boat cost you. You seem to always kind of skirt over that. How much did that boat cost you? Which is Simon sort of just nods and goes, I like the boat. Please be careful with it.
Blood will be careful. Friends will be careful too.
Well, it's I should probably get inside. We should invite these gentlemen inside for some tea. Should we, Violet? She kind of looks and goes, of course, please.
When we get
back.
back,
Would you like some tea?
Yes.
we'll come back.
Okay.
It's nice that we have friends in town now.
Yes, indeed. When you come back with tales of what you got up to, and hopefully warnings of the dangers that you encountered when you were traveling across the lake, and with the terrible news of what has happened to that poor boat, please come inside, sit down, have a cup of tea, and some biscuits.
Okay. Luke did not catch name.
Violet. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
My friends call me Vi.
Fine. Well then, we will be off.
Please be safe. Okay? I would hate for something to happen to you, and the lake is dangerous. You heard correctly. The women we talk. Some of us do not appreciate our husbands or our wives going out onto the water. Those of us who do not enjoy the brisk cold air and danger of the lake, we talk amongst ourselves. Wives and husbands who stay at home are worried about those who head out on the lake for good reason. Sometimes people do not come back, so please be safe. Talk to Greta. Greta will steer you right.
Thank you.
Good. We go.
As Blood and I walk away, I just like rubbing my hand where I thought I had this spot and talking to him. I'm like, sorry about last night. I feel like spirits make me grim.
Spirits as in drink? Or spirits as in
the drink?
Bit of both. Bit of column A, bit of column B.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I'm a bit worried about what they were saying about this curse of seeing the pirate. Whenever I hear about these things, like,
superstitious, very much the same. Same in Nostea with sailors' blood meat. They all have them. Nothing really comes of it.
They all fine?
Most
yes.
of them.
The ocean is a strange place. Things happen.
You got to keep in mind, Matt, as well. Blood's from a group of people whose like storytelling is such a fundamental part of Meloran orc culture. Telling a tale. I mean, the bravest, the most worthy of tales you tattoo on your skin as a permanent record of it. Like, stories are the main driving part of Meloran orc culture. I mean, you know that a lot of those stories are embellished or exaggerated, but like there's still a part of you, the sailor and the Meloran orc, that like wants to lean into the fact that like, yeah, man, ghost ships, whoa, it's tough. Like there is still a part of you that's kind of bound to that. As much as you are bound to the sea, you are bound to stories as well.
I gotta give a bit of a grin then, and I'm like, most of them.
Yeah, a bit of a cheeky grin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, Axel is like still just so uncomfortable and uncertain to this, despite him being a very comfortable and confident like warrior. This space, like the curse, the superstition, he is so uncomfortable in that space. And I think you can see that he is like, every time I hear about stuff like that, that's what makes me hunker down for like a decade. It's like, oh yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a bad storm season. So he's like, cool, closes all the windows and doesn't go outside for 6 months.
Axel's a rock gnome. He's a rock gnome from the city. You're a very literal person. You're not used to having stories and exaggerations and embellishments. Like what you see, what you hear, what you touch, what you smell, what you taste, like you're very bound by these like very physical things that you interact with. That's how you kind of perceive the world. You've seen the ghost ship. Like there's no getting past that. You saw it. You even had like there was a bit of a smell on the air. There was like you could hear it as well. Like these are things you can't get past. This is kind of a bit of a scary thing for Axel. You discounted these as silly stories. Now you've seen one of these. It's hard to deny that. Axel's probably in a bit of a crisis of not faith, but I guess like of how he sees the world. Axel, like you know that ghosts can be real, but you didn't believe in ghost ships sailing on silent, dark waters, cursing those who gaze upon them. Now there's a spot on your hand, you don't know whether it's dust or something else, so it's not coming off easily. Now there's like, you saw it, Blood's saying that some people survived. That's what you heard anyway. Like, it's hard to know. Yeah.
Well, actually, Axel, you know you took good throw at that of the spear against that creature in the lake. You seem to, you, by all accounts, were the one that was able to save Simon. That is an accomplishment worthy of a tattoo. You could,
do you do the tattoos?
Well, normally that is reserved for shaman, magic man of the village. Blood has seen, not really do so much. But if you ever come to my village, you would be greatly rewarded and celebrated for this victory.
Tattoo artist, it's a shaman who does the tattooing in Meloran culture. Male or female? Pretty 50-50 gender split on that one.
Would rock gnomes have an equivalent to that, or like just general Oxenfurt and...
I mean, yeah, you've grown up in the city. You're a city boy. Like, Oxenfurt's a melting pot of humans, elves, half-elves, gnomes, halflings. Like, there's not really... A lot of the old gnomish traditions are more kind of like folklore for you, given that you've grown up in the city. In terms of like a specific... like a position of spiritual authority, the gnomes aren't very spiritual. Gnomes, as a general rule, tend to be quite pragmatic. Yeah, not really a position of equivalence in gnomish society. I mean, you know, priests of gods. I mean, you know that for those people who believe in them, actually, even regardless of that, you know the gods are real. You've grown up on a state. Gods are real. That's just a thing. Priests like devote themselves to them. Paladins fight in their holy name. It's up to you whether Axel is religious. You would have grown up in a city where a good chunk of the population tend to believe in the god of the sun, the god of the harvest. Clearly, Blood's a very devoted follower of Melora, the goddess of the wilderness and the storm. It's up to you whether Axel is religious. I'd say, given how you've kind of presented him, he doesn't seem to be very religious to me. He seems to, I was going to say, he seems quite like, quite pragmatic.
Just to clarify, my question was, has Axel had access to a tattoo artist in his lifetime?
Yes.
I was thinking he's like a dude who has the old man Navy tattoo.
Yeah, like the swallows and like the...
Your guard squad. Yeah, your guard squad would for sure have done like squad tattoos. Totally. Yeah, so for sure.
When you say that, I probably am like...
Yeah.
To show you like an inner arm or something like that, and there is some markings, and I said... There's
tattoo artists in Oxenfurt, for sure.
Yeah.
There's one of like a love heart. It says like mum in it, and then like on the other but you would maybe like a squad tattoo. Maybe like one night, like for your 10-year anniversary, your squad mates took you out drinking and then got you a tattoo of like the squad on it, or like you might have like the coat of arms of or like their version of the coat of arms. Yeah, for sure. Like you could have a couple of tattoos if you wanted, for sure.
What was your squad? Like, did you have a cool name?
Yeah, they were called the Squad.
Oh, the Squad.
Squad. Damn.
It's got to be, right?
Is this where Jeremiah and Jacqueline came in?
Yeah.
No, I want to talk about it. Don't want to talk about it when it comes out when he's drinking.
That's fun. Right. Actually, Axel, what Blood is talking about is a specific thing as well that might trigger your memories of Oxenfurt. Could you roll me a history check, please?
Fantastic. Can do.
Something else that's occurred to me that you might know of. I can see Matt smiling. Another chance for a crossover between this and Return of the Giants. Fucking love it. Let's go.
Nope.
5. No, there's not. Nope. Nothing. Nope. Nothing at all.
This reminds me of a time where I also went to a pub and had a drink.
And that's the last thing you remember. That's it. You remember arriving at the pub, you remember having a flag and a veil in your hand, and then it was like you kept drinking and it never went down, and then that was it. You don't remember anything else. Yeah. That's a shame.
Did Shaman tattoo your tattoos? No?
No. They're not very professional. These are just from friends.
Well, they are good tattoos to have.
Thank you. Hopefully we can add some more.
Perfect.
Let's go talk to this Greta.
As Blood and Axel make their way towards the dock, let's jump over with Jonor and Killian. Jonor and Killian. As you begin making your way through the busy streets, you can see that despite the early morning chill, the city of Vallaki is awake, is moving. You can see a number of people out, leaving their homes, moving through the streets, either towards work or towards pleasure or leisure. You're not really sure, but you can see a number of farmers, families getting ready to head outside the gates, under the guard of a number of the watchmen, the night watch and day watch, who have been changing shifts at this point. Very different to Vallaki as you saw it last time you were here, a city and a town that was on edge. This feels much more relaxed, much more alert, and much more alive. And as you make your way towards the stockhouse, you can see Gunther is open bright and early and busy. There are people milling around the open area, moving through the crates. There's a number of guards moving through as well, helping shift and transport these large crates, boxes and barrels full of goods being opened and carried forward. Overseeing the whole thing, standing on the porch of the opening to his shop, you can see Gunther directing and calling out, "No, don't put it there. Oh, you fucking asshole. No, take it away. Oh, fuck that guy." As he's trying to direct the people around him to a satisfactory level. You get the sense that what that is for Gunther is much harder to achieve, as these people follow his instructions and still get yelled at regardless. As you approach Jonor, you watch as he sees you, nods, goes like, one second. No. Look at the barrel marking. White cross. You see white cross. You move it with other white. Oh, fucking guy. As he then steps down the stairs towards you, just shaking his head.
Killian, we can see why he's a hard man to please when it comes to a deal. He's just really not taking anything but what he wants as the way it's going to play out.
Definitely try and persuade him to get a price that suits us. It's a good thing you brought the bard with you.
Ooh.
Jonor, Killian. Are you here to save me from this bunch of wankers?
Well, absolutely. We can do some work with you and trades. It's right up your alley, I'm sure.
Oh, that's right. You come back with items you want me to buy, magic things. You tell me, no, Gunther, cannot buy them last night. No, must be daytime. What, you bring Killian here to argue for you?
Well, we can do whatever we like. And you know what? I think the spear... Actually, I don't have the spear with me today. Sorry. No, I don't have it. I'll have to bring it. I'll have to bring it next time.
All right.
But
come on inside then. Come on. I can pull my chain. Come on. Inside. Come on. As he leads you inside, the door closing behind him, you actually shakes his head. Outside, you hear a low whistle. Jonor, as you sort of gaze behind you, killing Jonor, you watch as Gunther heads inside and disappears from view. The vibe in the yard immediately relaxes. People chilling out, taking a bit longer doing stuff. Like the second he's gone, so much calmer and chill out here. As you head inside and join Gunther, shakes his head and goes, cannot be too long. That's not out there. They don't know what they're doing without me. They're useless. That's not the vibe you got. Getting outside looked like people were much more on top of things with him not around, but whatever. Gunther's prerogative. All right. What you got? You find good things when you're traveling, Hey, Killian. Spin?
I spin? Why?
Oh, no. What is this on your back? It's instruments. I have seen this before. You watch he heads on over, begins flipping through some notes, and then pulls out a large tome, slams it down on the table, points, goes, fuck-looking bandor,
Yes, one and the same. You have a keen eye, I see.
Well, it is that, and also that I have a buyer looking for this. I'm guessing you're willing to sell?
Oh no! I've only just acquired this. This is a
stack. All right, fair enough. Well, so you not sell spear, not sell fuck-looking bandor. Why you come to Gunther? What you selling?
I have a couple of things. I have one particular thing I'd like to sell, and I pull out a vial of oil. This is from when it was identified, it is oil of green flame blade. Is that of any interest to you?
Oh, this could be of interest. I might have a buyer for this. She takes the vial, looks it over, gives a bit of a shake and listens. Yeah, this is good. You have other things for Gunther? I can assess and give you a price for all things, or you want individual prices?
I mean, let's go with. I mean, Jonor, have you got any other things you want to sell? Unfortunately, that's the only thing that I have on me that I feel would be of any interest to you. Everything else I have is quite mundane, actually.
In the interests of being a nice DM, who has the bag of holding with all of the other random crap in it that you don't need and haven't been using this whole campaign?
I think Jonor would have taken it from, because Theo was the one carrying it.
Theo was the one
Theo
carrying it.
has it. We never got it off Theo. Theo has it.
I'm willing to.
No, we did.
Nah, Theo has it.
Clarify.
I'm willing to hand over the bag of holding that Theo has.
Because he abandoned us. Understood.
No, just because he's busy right now. So Theo he's not going to give up his bag of beans. There's no fucking way.
Is he abandoning us?
He probably wouldn't give up his corrupted moonstone. I think he wants to keep that with him. That's actually it. There's nothing else in there that he would be. There must be other stuff for sure. Where's the rest of the stuff from your bag of holding? Wait, is it in his old character sheet? Let me have a look.
Did we run into that just recently, where it was on his old, where something was on his old character?
Yeah, I think we've done this. We've done this song and dance before. Let's have a quick look. I love that Haz isn't here to defend himself either. We're just like, fuck you, Haz. There's a very good reason why he didn't move it across. None of us are saying that, Haz. We love you. No, he's moved everything that was in his old character sheet. He's moved across. He has been absolutely spot on with that.
Well, Gunther, I'm sorry to say the spear is sticking with us just for a little bit, and I've already shown you my oil of etherealness. I don't think I've got too much to really show you. I do have this little spell scroll of a conjure celestial, but
spell scroll.
That's quite it's quite dear to me. It's I really feel it. It's well with me.
Well,
if you have a look, but that's it's not changing hands.
Well, for the oil and for portion of green flame blade, oil of green flame blade, I could do 250 tops.
How much would that look like if we wanted to do it for trade?
Well, if it is some of the items I have in my special clearance bin, items that I cannot be asked questions about, we could do trade. Yeah. You have, I have some items which might interest you. What sort of things are you looking for?
Are you looking for anything in particular, Jonor? Jonor, I'll let you go first. I'm looking for a weapon, if you have any.
I have a few weapons in the bin of things we cannot ask questions about. What is your preferred sword, spear, sickle? I have a.
Let's go.
Oh yeah,
I'm more comfortable with the sword.
Okay, I have a short sword that has been, let us say, liberated from a less than worthy owner.
Yes.
Can
I take a look at it?
Somewhat enchanted. Yeah, you can have a look at it. Which is Gunther heads on over. Leans down underneath the counter, presses a button, you hear a click, and then you watch as he leans down a little bit further and then pulls up a short sword wrapped in a leather, strip of cloth that he then unrolls and places down. Killian, the sword in front of you is, it looks like a short sword, but it's beautifully made. The handle looks to be embossed and engraved with these silver filigree notes twirling and moving around the outside. The blade itself, the metal looks strangely odd. There's a luminosity to it, more than just reflecting the light from inside. It almost has this kind of soft bluish white glow to it.
And what exactly is the enchantment on this?
I don't know. I haven't had a chance to check it. It was acquired.
I can check it for you if you'd like.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
I sort of scan my hand across it, and you watch as my eyes glow. What colour is my magic? I can't remember what colour my magic is.
It's up to you. You can change it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be the same colour.
glows white. My eyes glow white, and a white light.
I think it was white.
And some runes.
I think it was white last time. Because
yeah.
you're going sort of the celestial kind of vibe. Like it was a whitish kind of gold color, I think, from last time.
Yeah. So a bunch of runes appear around my hand, and I scan them across the weapon, or glyphs, because I'm elvish. We'll scan them across a weapon, and I'll cast Identify using a Warlock spell slot.
Killian, as you cast Identify, this weapon is a short sword. It is a moon-touched short sword. It has been empowered and blessed with the light of the moon. It will cast light in a 15-foot radius, bright light in a 15-foot radius, dim light in a 15-foot radius, as it sheds moonlight. And more importantly than that, it acts as if it is silvered for the purposes of that weapon. So if you were to use this against a creature, it acts as if it is a silvered weapon.
This feels plot relevant.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you mean because we're heading to a bunch of werewolves? Is that what you mean?
Potentially.
I know what you're talking about.
I mean, would you be willing to trade?
It depends what the weapon is. You said you could identify it. You're going to tell me what. You share with Gunter what it can do, and I will tell you if it is worth these 2 potions.
Okay, yes. Well, this particular weapon is a weapon of moonlight. It allows it to shine. When you draw the weapon, it shines in moonlight. It shines as if emitting moonlight is what I'm trying to say. May I give you a demonstration?
Please.
And I'll just sort of take the weapon out of its sheath, and because I don't think it requires attunement, so I'll just pull it out. And,
no attunement required.
Because that's what my packed weapon was before.
Oh, was it? Hey!
Yeah.
As you pull the blade free, you watch as it glows in this light. Not just... Actually, Killian, given your tie to the celestial plane, could you roll me a D100?
I certainly can. Let me do that in Roll20, because that's easier than...
I've rolled for... Is this guy actually... Does he have no idea what the sword is?
Insight check, Jonor 11. No, Killian seems very confident. You mean if Gunter knows what it is?
Yeah.
Hard to say. As Killian kind of lists this off, Gunter doesn't seem that surprised, Jonor. You aren't 100% sure. 34, Killian. As the light shines from this blade as you hold it aloft, there's a faint, almost orange-yellow glow to it. Not just the moonlight, there's a sense as you hold this weapon in your hand, you feel the magic resonate down your arm into your core. There's a slight change, not that sallow wan moonlight. This is brighter, more vibrant, not just a reflection of the sun, but it seems to carry some of your celestial patron's power with it as well, especially being so close to Jonor as well. The two of you kind of like resonating off one another, these two celestial bound characters. Jonor, you get a bit of to your Aasimar eyes, this weapon as it glows, there's a connection here between Killian and this weapon, more than just the normal effect of the sword. Oh, it just makes light. Nah, okay. I think I would need at least another 25 gold pieces, along with these 2 oils.
2 oils, 25 gold pieces. How about we are consistently traveling around Barovia. Maybe there's a deal we could come up with. We could perhaps maybe spread the word of your business around Barovia. Go to Kresk, even Barovia, the village of Barovia itself, other places, and maybe point them in the direction of the wares that you have here. I see from outside that you have a lot of different and very exotic goods that could prove useful to the folks in the other villages and towns. Maybe we could take a business card with us, business cards.
I have not printed business cards, but I like the words you say. Could you make me a persuasion check, please, Killian?
That's exactly what I was aiming for. 1 sec. Yeah. I don't know what that was. What was that? That was a 10.
10.
Oh, no.
I have a +7.
That is unfortunate. You watch as Gunter kind of nods, thinking about it, goes, but people don't really travel much in Barovia. Even if you go tell some asshole in fucking Walktheville or Barovia and they go, no, can't travel there, it's too far. Plus, I get a lot of goods that I sell on through Livistani. I like the relationship I have with them. Wouldn't want them to think I was undercutting them. Livistani and I, we work. Like, I sell goods here, they bring me goods. I sell goods to them, they sell goods to me. It is a relationship. I would not want to mess with that.
That's understandable. I'm not going to push that. Let me just confer with my companion here, as this is something that is going to require items that both of us are looking to sell. Jonor?
Well, things I can depart from. I don't have anything of much more interest to be interested in apart from just the $9 pieces. So I can cover half of that.
That's fine. I mean, I have the gold to cover the additional 25. It was just that the other potion was yours, I believe.
Yeah, it is.
Oil
And
of
that's fine. We can. Yeah. Well, I'm happy to contribute to that one. That'll be, it's fair trade. We party goes around in favors. It's fine.
Okay. Thank you. I will owe you one for that.
Oh, no worries. No yours.
I will turn and be like, okay, I'll just pull 25 gold pieces out because Josh has played The Witcher enough to know not to push the haggle button too much.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. Most of the people who play, most of the players have played Witcher 3 and don't push the haggle button too much. I've not had to have that consequence of someone trying too hard to haggle. I've never had that come up in a session. Even in Tyranny of Dragons, like it got very borderline one time, and then immediately, I think it might have been Simon as Wiltix. He was like, "Nah, do you know what? It's not worth it." Just handed over the gold and left. So I was like, "Oh no, I wanted to see what would happen." That's right. Good call. As you hand over the gold, you watch as Gunter nods, goes, "Ah, good. Pleasure doing business. Good. All right. Is there anything else you need? Nothing else you're selling, or do I need to go and check on these wankers outside again?"
I suspect you're needed outside. The direction from yourself is very valued. I can.
You're going to talk to the Vistani, yeah?
Yeah, that's right. They're still camped up just over that way, yeah?
Yep. They're camped up outside. They've been quiet this morning. I checked in, see if they needed anything from the suppliers, dropped off some more water barrels to them. Oh, they seem good. They have their elder, Madame Eva, with them at the moment. She's been traveling with them.
Oh, okay, thank you.
She's a lovely lady. How old is she though? I feel like I've been seeing her since I started here.
Yeah, time is a funny thing in this place. It's sometimes it's hard to know. Well, I've appreciated your time and your trades. We'll leave you in peace.
Oh, well, wouldn't that be nice? As he sort of like shakes his head and wanders outside and he goes, "Why are there barrels stacked in the corner?" As he points over towards the edge of the stockyard. And to Gunter's credit, you can see that there are indeed some barrels that have been stacked up in the entrance to the stockyard, blocking the way for any caravans or wagons to come through. Now, to be fair again, there are no wagons or caravans or horse-drawn carts waiting to come in. Doesn't seem to matter to Gunter. You watch as he launches into a tirade against some of the workers there, who then have to go and remove all of the barrels yet again, as he just begins like unloading on them. Oh, this is so hard. You know what? Yesterday we looked like a bunch of legends. Today we look like a bunch of fucking wankers here with you putting these barrels in the wrong spot. As he just unleashes once again.
Oh, it's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Let's go, Killian.
You hear a dog barking from behind you as this happens. You see a small cat run out from underneath the eave of his... Remember, Raspip turned a dog into a cat and then left it with him.
Oh, cat dog.
Yeah. Did a permanent polymorph on a cat into a dog. No, other way around, a dog into a cat. It just leaves. You hear this like woof, and then he watches a cat sort of runs out and then begins just barking at you. You slowly walk away from Gunter's stockyard towards the edge of the Vistani camp.
What on earth was that?
Oh, this place is... We'll give you a little bit more info when we leave this place, but Eileen and that might have been the Raspip's doing right there.
All right, you need to say no more on it.
The most evil being in all of Barovia. I understand.
even he who should not be named was feared that name.
Tithla, as you make your way...
Hi.
hello. As you make your way, skipping, it's hard to skip. Styx is not skipping with you. You do your best, but like
Tithla is well practiced at skipping while others
with an
aren't.
unwilling participant.
Yeah, this is not new territory for her.
In that case, then, let me rephrase. Tithla, there's a lot more verticality to your skip than horizontal movement, but that's okay. Like, Styx has got a wide stride. It's enough that you can keep up. Better than Theo did sometimes, you got to say. Like, sometimes skipping alongside Theo while he was in his Beornling form as you're trying to hold on to his antler, much, much harder. Your little feet didn't touch the ground for a few of those steps.
Tithla would swing off that as well. So it'd be like a skip and a swing.
Skip, swing, skip, swing. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, as you travel along, it's a very short walk to the church, thank fucking God. As you make your way up towards the double doors.
You can stretch this out.
No need. As you make your way towards the double doors, you watch as Axel and Blood give you a bit of a wave and then make their way over towards the side street, heading down towards a series of tenement houses.
Don't forget to ask about if there's anything we can do for help. No, you've already left.
They've gone. And they're not coming back.
I feel like it's too late to action anything I was saying anyway, but that's okay.
It's way too late for that. You should have spoken up like an hour and a half ago. As you make your way inside the double doors of the church, the quiet, somber atmosphere of the
Dad
is cut through instantly by the shrill, piercing goblin cry of Dad as you shriek into the quiet air of the church. There's the sound of movement as you enter into the foyer. You can see over towards your right of the doors, the large archways that lead into the general main hall of the church, the pews, the large symbology of Lysander, goddess of the sun, up on top of the walls in front of you. And then over towards your left, the area that leads towards the rooms of healing, the rooms of quiet contemplation and healing that you spend a bit of time in with Ismark and Irina when you first came to Vallaki. As you screech out Dad, there's a bit of a noise and commotion coming from the chapel area. You watch as a head sort of pokes around the corner as you see a woman in her 40s, very, very stern frown on her face, sort of long hooked nose, quite sort of avian hooked nose, hair done up in a very tight bun at the back, graying hair. As she sort of looks at you and goes, shh, and then goes back around the corner.
Hi, where? Oh, okay, bye.
There's the sound of a polite cough, and as you turn towards the left, you see emerging from inside the chamber of the chambers of healing, Father Lucian Petrovich, the older priest, wiping his hands on a damp cloth as he tucks it into his belt. We've lost Jacob. Perfect timing. What can I say? He's back. That was too quick. He came back too quickly.
Just look out for a sec. Sorry, I'm back.
As Father Lucian Petrovich wipes his hands on a damp cloth, tucks the cloth into his belt, you can see the very same robes that you've seen him in before, Tithla. These ones not quite as stained. It looks like he's had a bit of a chance to wash his priestly robes. These long, graying, layered cloth tied up with a rope belt around his waist, almost like a smock marked with the symbol of the sun across his chest. And as he looks towards you, receding hairline, graying temples, quite a larger, slightly fleshy face, I would say, as he kind of smiles and looks down. You can see, unlike the last time you saw him, 2 days worth of stubble and dark rings under his eyes, he's looking freshly shaved, well rested. You can see a bit of sort of rosy red to his cheeks again. And as he sees
Have you dressed up for me today?
You watch as he nods and smiles and goes, "Well, Tithla, I wondered when I'd be seeing you again. And I mean, you know how I feel about you calling me Dad. Father is perfectly fine."
That's okay, Dad. I don't mind.
Indeed. Welcome back. And
thanks for having me.
Your friend here, there's not much I can do about skeletons. As he sort of squints at Styx, pulls out a pair of glasses, puts them on and goes, "Oh, my apologies. What a curious creature you are. Are you going to introduce me to your friend here, Tithla?"
Sure, Dad. This is Styx. Styx, this is Dad. Styx, Styx is kind of part of. Oh, yeah, he kind of talks weird. He was formed from some like powerful magics and stuff, and has now been reformed into this. I would explain more, but I don't really understand fully.
Oh, well, that sounds very interesting, Tithla.
It's not really. That's why I sort of stopped listening.
My goodness. Your skin.
Oh yeah.
It's flawless.
It's well, thank you.
I
got
don't
a
believe it. As
skincare
he
routine.
heads on over, dropping the cloth from his hands as he gets down on one knee, like holds out his hand to sort of take your hand. May I?
Of course you can. And Tithla puts out her hand,
He-
as though it's like to kiss the ring sort of thing.
He like runs a hand over the skin, turning the hand back and forth, and goes, "This is wondrous magic. There's not even a scar."
Well, yeah, he's pretty good. The abbot did a good job.
The abbot?
Yeah.
Oh, above the village of Kresk.
Yeah, that's the guy.
I
yeah,
heard
he's all right.
stories of a sinister nature.
Nah, he was pretty messed up, and we fixed him. He's good now.
I'm sure there's a longer story in between those two statements, but I'm going to clutch on
he
to the
was pretty
last
messed up,
sentence.
and then we fixed him.
Yeah.
And now he's good now. That was the middle bit. You didn't quite listen.
I'm going to stick to the he's good now. Wonderful. That's wondrous news, Tithla. And you are well? How are your companions? I haven't...
Oh, we're good. Grinner's dead.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, Grinner died. He kind of abandoned us. He went to the bad place. Styx kind of replaced him in a sense. There's kind of a thread between them.
my
Like
dear,
there was not really a lot of overlap there.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, he kind of abandoned us and then came back and then was, But he says he's on our side. He's going to be our friend. So we're trying to work through it.
He's dead, but he says he's
Kinda.
on your side.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So you get it.
He's joined
You
the
get it?
legions of the undead, I take it.
If by that you mean he's working for the old guy, then I mean technically yeah, but also kind of tried to help us sometimes, and he did help us a little
I
bit.
will pray for his lost soul tonight during Mass.
Oh no,
Just,
his soul's still there, right?
No. I'm sorry,
Wait, what?
Tithla, if he has died and been brought back as a zombie or a vampire.
Well, I wasn't
or
there. I don't know. Right?
If he has
Anything could
been-
happen.
If he's been brought back under the powers of undeath, I'm sorry to say his soul is gone, Tithla. He is a creature
But
of
maybe
necromancy
he was just
now.
like, maybe he was like half turned and he didn't actually die. Maybe it's just like
You know, Tithla,
exaggeration.
that is a wondrous hope, and that you should cling to that hope, because
Okay, I will.
I believe there is perhaps a path back from
See,
this.
he is our friend and he's going to come back to us. So he didn't abandon us.
Exactly.
Just-
I am sure that the Grinner
also,
that I
dare
knew,
abandon us.
if there was anyone who could fight any sort of curse like this, I believe Grinner would be that person. Grinner was not the sort of man who would let anyone tell him what to do.
Nah, and he definitely wouldn't fall asleep on guard. That's just the kind of guy he
Exactly. I sincerely... Raph's not even here, Jacob. Lay off. Let the poor man rest. He's sick. Come on.
He could have been here to defend himself. He chose not to.
Fair. That's right. It's your fault, Raph. I'm sorry. Jacob's spoken. Now, I must say, it's wonderful to see your presence, but I am a little bit busy. Well, actually...
Can I help?
Yes, I think you can.
Okay. I have something for you.
And she pulls out the quarter bottle of coagulant.
She's like, it's only a little bit, but I'm sure you'd be able to find a good place
Oh.
to be able to use it.
A vial of dark black liquid.
Okay, so it's a couple of things.
Yep.
It's a quarter bottle. There's only a little bit left.
Yes,
Had to use some.
I can see that.
And it's coagulant, so it'll really help stop bleeding if
Oh,
you're in a desperate. I don't know if you
wonderful.
could try and reproduce more or anything, but that's for you to use as you see
If
need.
you happen to know the ingredients, I could certainly try.
Oh no, not at all. I just found it, and I just wanted to give it to you because you do a lot of good work, and I thought you'd
thank
be able
you.
to use it better than I can.
I thank you for your generosity, Tithla. This will indeed be useful. There have been some injuries. Those who head into the woods and hunt around the lakeside. This will be very good. There have been some quite bad injuries. A coagulant like this is wondrous. And if you do happen to come across the recipe,
Yeah, probably not. It was from the abbots, and it was in the house that he brought with him. So I don't think he knows how to make it. I remember how you said there's probably more in the story in the middle bit there. That was kind of some of the middle bit there.
Yes, I wondered. Please no. Well, there's a friend of yours in here. We were just having a chat. But please, I'm
Is it
sure he
Bruno?
would be. I'm sorry. No, another friend.
Okay, just because you said he could come back. Is it Theo?
Theo's not with you?
Nah, he also abandoned us.
Oh,
Well, mostly me.
Theo was a kind and noble soul. I'm sure if he left, it was for a very good reason.
Yeah, it's because you were sick of me, I'm sure of it.
Care of others, I would say. Maybe someone needed him more?
I don't know. I feel like I need him a lot.
Well, Ismark is here. We were just having a conversation.
Oh, yeah, he's cool too. How is he?
Ask him yourself. Please, follow me.
Ismark!
She just starts screeching out into the church. You watch as Father Prodriv goes,
His presence here is somewhat on the down low. We were having a conversation in private.
Okay, sure. Maybe next time lead with that.
I didn't think it was needed. I didn't expect you to start screeching out his name. But again, foolish. You did walk in screeching out mine.
Really? Okay, we'll sneak together. Sneak.
I see you are a master of stealth.
as you start saying sneak, and begin walking through the church.
Saying it quietly.
Well, let's see.
He's got the
Make
big
me a stealth
hands
check.
and the big
Make me a stealth
steps.
check. Let's see.
100%. I
Natural
would love
fucking
to.
one. Please be a natural fucking one. Please. You deserve it. I want it to be a 1.
That's a 13.
Not as good as it could have been.
No, it was.
Plus
it is
8.
a plus 8, so it was a 5.
So close. As you go, snake. pretty quietly. Lucian leads you through.
But then there's just Jacob, like, clip, clop.
Yeah, claws scratching on the stone. Styx sort of like looks around and begins walking away just inside the chapel, seemingly drawn by the side of the enormous sun mural on the back of the chapel. As Father Lucian leads you through the chambers of healing towards a closed wooden door that you know leads to his office and chambers. As he opens the door, leads you inside, you can see sitting down in an armchair, pouring through pages of notes bound roughly in a leather journal, Ismark. Contrary to Father Lucian Petrovich, Ismark does not look well rested. You can see dark circles under his eyes. You can see his face is almost a little bit sallow. He looks very tired and a bit worn out. But as you step inside, you watch as a big smile shoots across his face. He goes, Tithla, I wasn't sure I'd be seeing you this soon. Are your friends here? It's good to see you.
It's good to see you. They're around. They're just not here with me.
How's
Styx is
Irina?
outside.
Oh.
She's good. She's good.
Great.
Yeah.
Welcome back to
where she
Valaki.
is is kind of secret, but she's good.
Yes, Theo did say that there was some secrecy.
Oh, so he's been
mentioned.
talking to you. Okay, I get it.
This was many nights ago. I haven't seen Theo for about a week, maybe more.
Oh, okay then. Yeah. That's fine.
Welcome
then.
back. Welcome back to
How
the.
are you? What's going on?
Yeah.
Are we seeing anyone?
Yeah. It's called Notes, and well, I can tell you, I haven't been seeing my bed in a number of nights.
You should do that. It's kind of important.
Yeah, I keep being told that. You watch as Lucian nods behind and goes, I have been trying to say that sleep is vital to a healthy mind and a healthy
What
body.
if we both try and tell him?
Yes, we should tell him at the same time.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go to sleep.
Go to sleep.
You watch as Ismark just shakes his head, puts a hand on Rob's temples, goes,
I'd love to, but you have to understand
Okay,
how much is required in running a town properly. I can understand that fucking Valakovich, prick, was doing things his own way with the town guard under his corrupt thumb and paying off people, but I'm trying to do this properly.
Uh-huh.
You understand that means a lot of hard work. A lot of fucking hard work. And Irina's not
And we
here.
appreciate it. Have you been told that recently?
No,
We appreciate
thank you.
the hard work.
I
you're doing.
really like that.
Thank you.
That sounds good. One more time.
Yeah. Huh?
If you could say it just one more time, that'd be great.
It says what?
Yeah, that's too good to be true.
We really appreciate it. Well, there was no one else that really could have
Thank
done
you,
the job.
Tithla. Oh, wait, hang on. Wait, is something wrong?
No, I'm just trying to be more grown up now. Now that everyone's left me, I just feel like it's time to.
Wait, you're traveling by yourself? What, your friends didn't come with you?
No, they're here, but they're just like not here, so they've abandoned me. Yeah.
You and I have very different definitions of a... It's good to see you.
Well, I think we have different attachment issues, so that's probably something to do
that's
with
very
it.
true.
Yeah.
So, there's nothing wrong? You're not here because there's another...
I just popped in to say hello. I mean, we're about to go and get a boat and go on the lake and go and try and deal with some werewolves. We were dealing
Werewolves?
with.
Have you? Oh, well, no.
We were just having a chat with Amelia just before, like last night. And
I need
on board.
a report on this. You've spoken to Amelia about the werewolves. You're here to deal with the werewolves.
Something like that. Yeah, we're trying to work out whose side they're on.
Well, not fucking ours.
Yeah, but like they haven't really attacked lately.
The hunters would disagree. I've had 3 reports.
Are the hunters hunting them?
He watches Ismark just sort of shrugs. Look, they're out there to shoot arrows at furry things that are edible, made of meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway, so yeah, we're trying to work out what's going on and try and deal with it a little bit.
Great. I didn't want to start a panic. You watch as he pauses, looking at you, and considers his next words very carefully, realizing that he's about to give you news that the rest of the party he feels would be better recipients of said news.
I'm ready for the news to interpret it how I see fit.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, how can I help?
Styx is there as well, right?
No, Styx wandered into the chapel. I made the very grave mistake of having Styx go off on his own for this. So
I did have the thought of like, should Styx come to just hear what was...
No, I really fucked up on this. I was like, Styx will go check out the chapel, and that means I can focus on only 2 voices of NPCs who might be forced to talk to each other because of Jacob's antics, not 3. He's played me. He's got me coming and going. You watch as like...
Normally that's a good thing.
He watches. Thank you very much. Oh my! He watches. Ismark kind of like pauses, nods, and goes.
It's okay. I can report back. We've got some new people in the group, so we don't really know them yet. So.
But you can trust them.
Well, I mean, they're good with boats, so they're just helping us with the boats.
Great.
Yeah.
Sounds good. The werewolf attacks.
Yeah.
They might have stopped attacking travelers, hunters, but some of the outer farmsteads in the last sort of week or so since I took over, children have been taken.
Has that only been a week? I'm sorry.
No, I've been in power for about 2 weeks now, 3 weeks.
Oh, wow. That just seems like it's been years at this point.
Yeah, trust me, it fucking feels like it.
Yeah, wow. I'm glad they were on the same page. Sorry, was there more to that story?
Some children have been taken. Missing from their beds at night. The only reason werewolves were suspected...
What were their names?
Yes. So we have Tomaz. He was taken about 4 days ago. He's 7 years old.
7. Boy.
Iris.
Yeah. Iris.
She's 13 years old.
13. Girl?
Yes, that's the word she usually
I just didn't want to assume. I was just clarifying.
Good call. Yes, she, Iris, is a girl. She was taken only a few nights ago.
Yep.
And I have a few other reports here from some of the guards. No names, I'm sorry.
How many others?
3 others. No, sorry, there is one more name here, but I don't have names for 2 of them. Why don't I have names for 2 of them? You watch as Ismark turns towards Father Lucian, watches Lucian kind of like puts a hand on his shoulder and goes, They'll be somewhere. We'll just look through the reports. Their names will be recorded.
Well, how about I go and talk to Amelia? Get the names from her.
These reports are from Amelia. If she did,
so she'll know.
Well, unless she didn't get reported the names. Stuff doesn't get reported directly to her. It gets reported to a guard, and then reports to a guard, and reports back to her. This is the problem with the bureaucracy I've been facing. You watch as Ismark slowly loses his fucking mind in front of you.
How about that 3rd name for now, huh?
Yes, sorry. Jade. Another girl. 11 years old.
11. And are they all from the same farmsteads? Different farmsteads?
No. Scattered around. Some towards the west, one towards the east, a couple towards the northwest.
All right. If I was to, like, could you circle them on a map for me? Would that?
Yes.
Would that be
yes,
okay?
Absolutely. The closest one is towards the east, out near the village, the borders of the village. And then the other 2 would be just off the main road towards the north, if you take the main road towards the west.
Okay, thanks. Okay, we'll go and get them. And they've been has anyone ever been taken before?
Oh, people have gone missing, but never from their homes or from their beds. Just the children. We've had farmsteads found abandoned. There was a farmstead a couple of years back that I heard was abandoned towards the southwest of here, between here and the Tower of Arginvost.
Yeah. Were other people hurt in these attacks?
No, they weren't attacks. That's the thing. The parents woke up the next morning. They told their children a story, kissed them goodnight, and the next morning when they came, their children were gone.
Do we know it was the werewolves?
No. The only reason we suspect the werewolves is the report of one of the farmers that night. He claims that he saw what he thought were large dogs or wolves skirting the forests nearby. He went out to take a piss. Thought he saw some large shapes skirting the forest, and then the next morning, outside the child's bedroom, it's a paw print, large canine paw print in the dirt. In the muddy loam.
And which one was that? Which farm was that?
Jade, over towards the east.
Okay. This one. Okay. I'm putting on my detective hat. I'm taking off my medical genius hat here, and I'm putting on my detective hat. Okay, so this one's pretty dusty. I haven't used this one a lot, so we'll pop that on. What else? That's a good detective question.
I can't have children being taken.
Okay.
I can't have that. I can't have that. We cannot have that. It's unacceptable.
I agree. Well, how long ago? You said the last few nights?
Yeah, it's been going on for the last week and a half. The first one was about a week and a bit ago. I believe that Tamaz was the first one taken. The most recent one was Jade. She was only 2 nights ago.
Okay. Okay. And was there any ransom note left?
No notes. Nothing.
Okay. I guess I'll find everyone and we'll go and talk to these families.
Look, I think that would be good if you are up for interviewing them. The problem is, of course, that my guards have already done that. If you wanted to get a bit of a brief of what they learned, I would maybe chat with Captain Amelia, see what you can learn from her, but the rest of it, you've got to understand there's not a lot of information here. I've got the reports right here. You're welcome to look through them with me, but...
I appreciate that, and can I get copies of those reports to take with me so that we can all look at them?
I can see if I can get my assistant to take notes. I haven't seen her, actually. I haven't seen her in a couple of days.
That's okay. We'll go and get the reports, and we'll talk to Captain Amelia. I'll get the group back together, because I don't have the best memory, so I kind of want to share that a little bit. But what was I going to say? I kind of forget. Oh, I'm pretty good with nature, so I reckon I could probably see some things that your guards couldn't. Like, that's kind of what I do. It's kind of my thing. So
the most recent was just towards the east of the town, and you could get there within a couple of minutes walking. It's very close to town.
Okay. We'll go there next. Could you write me a letter, just so that we can show it to the families, so that they know that we're not just some weird creeps that are coming asking about their missing kids?
Father Lucian, do you have a spare parchment I could borrow? Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah, out of all of this paper, you have no clean paper.
No, these are written on. These are things that I cannot just... No, I'm not just turning one over and giving...
Are you reading things and not writing anything? Have you not written anything in weeks? I'm sorry, that's not the time for this.
Not this morning, no. No. I have a notebook. Okay. I'm not tearing paper out of it. No, this is no.
Oh, well, of course not.
You watch as Lucian leans over, grabs a bit of parchment, hands it over. As you watch as...
He grabs it off the table next to him.
Yeah.
Hands it to him.
He pulls open a drawer and pulls out a spare bit of parchment. You watch as Ismark nods and writes down and goes, reading out loud as he writes, "The bearer of this document, Tithla and Co., is investigating the disappearance of your child under the authority," that sounds good, authority of the town guard.
Sounds official.
"Please assist her and her companions as best you can. Ismark, Burgomaster," should I write? Burgomaster of Vallaki.
Well, it's up to you. I don't know what you're going by. I haven't really been around a lot.
I've just been going by Ismark. I'm going to make it look official. You said an official document, putting my whole title. There you go.
Love it. Great. Go team. And in other news, two questions really. The Bloodless Coup, is that name catching on, or is that kind of just?
No, we're not talking about a coup, bloodless. Otherwise, we have named that unofficially one of the a night of sorrow, where some lives were lost.
Like N-I-G-H-T night.
Yeah, N-I-G-H-T.
Okay.
A night of sorrow.
And why are you here and not like in a town hall or something?
I'm working with Father Lucian to organize a celebration, a festival of light. It seems that there were a number of ceremonies performed by the chapel before the Valakovich family corrupted them and turned them into their witch hunting and peasant burning exercises. We're trying to instate a new form of entertainment for the people, a chance of connection and community growth. And Father Lucian was just taking me through how the events used to be run. I was hoping to get his insight.
That sounds fun. If you need any advice on party planning, I haven't really thrown parties, but I've heard about them, and I think I'd be pretty good at it.
Yes, that sounds absolutely. I tell you what, once you get back, if you are able to locate the children, bring them back safely, I think we should have you front and center.
I would love that. Okay. All right, we'll go. No, wait. I'm motivated to save the kids, not to be the center of attention. We're gonna go and save the children. All right. Is there any other questions I need to ask before I leave?
I don't know.
This is my first time investigating.
This is my first time dealing with missing persons. Look, my experience working with my dad back in the village of Barovia.
Go on.
Leadership-wise.
Yes.
Was fuck all.
Okay.
I'm making this up as I go along.
Detective work for kidnappings.
Yeah, again.
Did you do much of that?
Nope. Do you know what we did when someone went missing in the village of Barovia?
No, I don't.
We put flowers next to a fucking headstone. They were gone. That's it. There was no investigation. When someone went missing in Barovia, that was it.
I don't think we should do that just yet.
No, that is why I'm doing things differently here.
Don't put the flowers out. We're going to look for them, okay?
100% agree. That's my whole point. I'm doing everything I can with this. I refuse to accept the weakness of my father. This is not how we do things. Not here.
All right, good job. And did you get that wine for the town? Did that come through? What was the go with that?
Wine. You watch as the priest, Father Lucian, nods and goes, yes, no, we did. It was delivered. I happen to know because, one of my orders was filled. We're running a bit low on the old communion wine. We are now fully stocked. And might I say, that's fortified port, the Wizard's Reserve. You watch as Father Lucian suddenly realizes he's getting a bit too into this. Pause and goes, yes, very holy. Yes, very
appropriate for the situation. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Well, on that note, Dad, I'm sorry I can't stay. I know you really needed me to stay and help. And you're really looking forward to it.
Yes, absolutely, Tithla. I would love to catch up, but it sounds like you've got a lot going on. That's okay. I understand.
No, I can't stay. Stop trying to change my mind. I can't do it.
No, you must go save those children, Tithla. You have absolutely.
No, it's okay. We can go.
Great.
Okay.
Here's the door.
Friends. Bye.
As he opens the door and leads you back out. Let's jump back with Blood and Axel. As the two of you make your way down towards the docks, the smell, the pungent odor of fish sitting out on wooden display without ice to kind of keep them cool. It's a very pungent, specific smell to the docks. You vaguely remember smelling it when you came through before, but that was a bit of a whirlwind. You were wrapped up with people congratulating you, patting you on the back for having saved Simon's life. It was all a bit much, but in this moment, as you sort of are walking down slowly, just the two of you passing out through the front gate and down towards the docks, you're much more aware of that very pungent, fishy smell, shall we say, the smell of seaweed and fish. And as you make your way down onto the docks, you can see indeed already A number of the boats have already headed out over the dark waters of Lake Zarovich. There are still a number docked up. You can see a couple of fishermen getting into boats, readying nets. Two of them are actually arguing over a net, which looks like it's been partially torn open. You can see these two, a woman in her probably like early 20s from the looks of it, maybe early to mid 20s, and a man probably in his mid 30s arguing over the torn net about how best to repair it. Over towards the side near a rather shabby looking little sort of like fishing boat. There are nets loaded onto the boat as well, but this one looks to be quite large and attached to the boat via these large ropes, long, very, very long ropes. Looks like the main net to be dragged behind the boat, Blood, but it has just been cut and torn open in the center, and you can see them arguing over how best to repair it. Over towards the side, near a series of wooden stands that have been set up along a little bit back away from the pier that pushes out into the dark waters, you can see there are a couple of barrels which look to be full of salt, and a very, very scarred, grizzled woman piling salt onto fish, packing fish in and around salt. You can see that she has half of her head shaved back, the other half of this sort of grayish white hair pulled into almost like a bit of a mohawk kind of design. She has, rather than earrings, fish hooks in her ears. Not too dissimilar to yours, Blood. Not made from bone. Not made from bone or from actually, yours would probably be like whalebone or something. That'd be like from a whale fall or something like that. So yeah, not made from bone, but made from what looks like metal. And you can see, large scars on her hands, a large scar across one side of her face. Very, very like jagged, rough scars. On her hands, though, they look like they are more like burn marks from the looks of things. These very diffuse scars. But Blood, you've seen these before with people who work with fish, gutting, cutting, and descaling fish. A knife slips. And when you're dealing with fish with very sharp scales, often you can cut yourself multiple times and end up with these sort of weird crisscross diffuse scars across your hands and fingers. In fact, she is missing her pinky on her right hand as she goes through and is like basically packing these fish and gutting and cutting these fish and packing them in with salt. And as you approach, you watch she turns, gives you a little bit of a nod, stabs the knife down on the wooden countertop, spins around, rests one hand on the counter and looks at you through these very piercing blue-green eyes. Raises one eyebrow as she looks at the two of you.
You must be Greta.
What's it to ya?
I'm Blood. This Axel.
Blood?
Traveling through.
Axel? Greta. Nice to meet you. What brings you down to my docks?
Well, Simon and Vi told us we could talk to you about the lake.
Yeah. You lot pulled that reckless fool from the waters, didn't you, yesterday?
Yeah, That was Axel, actually.
Good on ya. He's a fool, but he's one of ours. Thank you for making sure he's safe. You wanted to know more about the lake? Yeah.
I don't think we'll be going near the water anytime soon.
He says that now, but once you've tasted the sense of freedom being out on the waves, it's hard to say no. You both, you felt the touch of the water. Can see it. Call for the waves. Never lets go, does it? Pull the tides.
It is part of blood life.
That's a flex a little bit.
Yeah. I can tell you a bit about the lake. I can tell you some of the creatures that lurk within those waters. Can tell you a little bit more about the conditions. Spend a bit of time out on the waters. Sadly, I'm a bit old now to be taking out these old knees onto the waters, but can give you a bit of information about what's out there. Given you lot have been so helpful, making sure one of my boys is safe. Yeah. Can help you out.
We're taking our friends across the lake to the northwest. Wind looks good. Might have to do a bit of correction, but is there anything we need to know about where we're heading?
Yeah, most of the northern part of the lake is where it really drops off. It's the deeper section. We tend to stay more towards the southern area. Bit more safe there, bit more predictable. Tend to haul up fish, squid, sometimes crabs from the pots, but the northern part we generally don't venture too far into. The lake bed, it's pretty consistent, bit of a slow decline for the first couple of 100 meters as you head out from this dock here. Then it drops quite rapidly once you pass that sort of 1/3 mark. The large line of trees over towards your eastern shore there. Once you sort of pass that section of dead trees there, that's when you're heading into the dark water, as I call it. Drop a crab pot there, the rope will slip right through your fingers and disappear into the lake. There's no bottom there, it goes on forever. Or so they say. We generally don't head out over the deeper water. There's things there. Tentacles. Biting mouths. It's dangerous. But, small vessel, not making too much disturbance. If you're not splashing around on the top of the water like a boned fish, if you're keeping yourself quick and slick and quiet, you might be able to avoid attracting the unwanted attention of something that lives down there. You're not throwing in nets or bait or chum. Yeah, I reckon you'll be fine.
No fishing.
Probably
Just
not.
traveling.
Yeah, I'd keep it quick. You want to be quiet, want to be fast. Ideally, you want to look like a bit of driftwood. Yeah? Something that's been knocked in from the water's edge, floating across the surface. You don't want to be splashing about. You certainly don't want to be putting chum in the water. Not in that northern section.
Sorry.
You go.
I was just going to say, when we saved Simon, it was from a tentacled monster, correct? Is this
It was.
is that, can I just ask specifically to Greta, is that like the type of thing we'd expect out there, or is that normal and the things out there way worse?
Oh, I didn't really see what grabbed Simon, but from the sounds of it, it was large tentacles, beak-like sort of center. Yeah, that's a large squid. They get pretty big out in the dark waters. They'll come in every so often and cause a bit of a problem for one of my boys, but normally we can handle, at least 2 fishermen can handle one of the large squid.
That's I know this lake is weird. Blood just knows that. It is weird that there are like large squid in a lake that's not fed by.
And it's freshwater blood.
Yeah.
These are freshwater squid.
That's odd.
You've never heard of that before.
What you mean squid? Lake freshwater, yes.
Yeah? What other type of water would there be?
We live from salt water in big ocean.
Salt
Freshwater.
in water. What a waste of salt.
Yes. Of course. Is that not what? You
No.
never heard of salt water?
No. Salt here's mined. Over near Lake Bartok. Or Baratok, I should say. Lake Baratok. Yeah, we mine our salt. Don't find it in the water. Water. Salty water. Ugh. Yeah.
No.
Gross. No. It's all fresh water here. If you can
Blood
call
says-
what lurks in those depths fresh. No, I shouldn't say that.
Blood just kind of scratches his head a little. Oh.
Yeah, no, they'll drift in every so often. They'll come in if someone's making too much noise or doing the wrong thing. But yeah, there's worse out in those waters. You can be sure of that.
You know much about the ghost ship?
Yeah, it's a funny one. If you'd asked me even 12 years ago, I would have told you that only fools and the drunk see the ghost ship. It was a story. But right before I retired from sailing out in the waters, my partner and I got a bit brave. We thought catching the same thing every day, not bringing in full nets, we're hungry, taxes had just gone up. Fucking Valakovich, as she spits on the ground again. We thought we'll head to the northeastern shore. Maybe see what's out of the deeper part of the lake. Drop down a few deep nets, you know? See what we can dredge up. We'd heard tales of occasionally freshwater clams being pulled up, dredged up, with pearls inside of them. Pearls are worth a lot of money here in Barovia. My partner and I, we thought, yeah, we'll drop down a few deep nets, maybe dredge up some stuff from the lake shore, or from the bottom of the lake. Maybe we'll bring in a few pearls, maybe a few clams, a few mussels. Maybe we'll catch some fish, who knows, but yeah. So we headed out. First it was normal day. Wind was calm. Surface of the lake was glassy, like a fucking mill pond. It's beautiful. And then as we passed over the midpoint, began to see mist slowly drifting in across the surface of the water. Now my partner wanted to turn back. She said, no, this ain't right. This ain't right, Greta. But I knew better, yeah? Been out in the water since a wee bab. I knew that there was ghost stories, people told tall tales, sailors were full of shit and rum when they told that. I said, just a bit of mist. What are you afraid of? We stayed out. That's when I saw it. Coming through the fog. Red sails, tattered, waving in the breeze, like a man hanging from a gibbet. Mast rising high above the water of the lake. The bow cutting through the waves like they weren't there at all. We rode. I'm fucking mad. No wind, right? Sail was empty. Flat against the mast. Limp.
Yeah. I saw it. We saw it the other day.
Yeah. Well, we rode, right? Quick as we could. Pushing against the edge of what we thought our muscles could take. And something bumped our boat from underneath. And like that, we were tipped over. Now, that ship, right on top of us, I swear it didn't touch us, but a second later the boat was tipped and we were in the drink. I scrambled, got the boat back upright again. My partner, she was gone. Nothing. Tried to dive down into the lake. I couldn't see anything. And then, right as I was at the limit of what my lungs could hold, saw those same lights from the ghost ship. Spectral, sort of strange ethereal lights under the water. It's like the ship had dived down to follow us when we fell in. I never went out in a boat again. Came back. Took what I learned, warned others about heading out beyond the shallow part of the lake. Now, if you've seen the ship, you're okay. Count yourself fucking lucky. Curse, between you and me, I made it up. Warned people away. Told people if they see the ship, they gotta get away. Just make sure that people take it seriously, right? Like, it's gotta be... What, do you...
It's fine, Axel. See, it's all a big joke. See?
What, on your hand? Oh, fuck. Are they talking about the black spot again? You watch as she leans, grabs a bit of salt from the barrel, like slaps it on your wrist, grabs her water canteen, pours it on, scrubs it, and you can feel the salt like scouring at your skin, Axel, as she like rubs away the black spot, just leaving the fresh skin, raw red skin. She scrubs away and goes, yeah, it's a fine bit of ash, mate. Get over yourself. No fucking curse. I just told people that to warn them away from the and so that when they saw the ship, they didn't fucking mess around. They came back to shore as quickly as possible. I thought the best way, I mean, it took on a life of its own, trust me. I never meant for it to be like a whole thing of like you die 2 days later or whatever it is they're saying now. I just said if you see the shit, you curse, you gotta get into land. You can't go on the water again for some time or you're gonna get drowned or something. I just said that to keep people away from the ship. There's something out there. I don't know if it's a ghost ship or if it's a fucking spectral thing, or if it's a real ship with some cunts aboard trying to drag people into the water. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But it's bad
it's
news.
a big ship.
Yeah, it's huge.
Squids.
Yeah.
Tentacles. Okay. So like you look at Blood, he's deciding to get like a little bit like
excited.
Not excited. I think there's like a little bit of nervousness there. Like also a little bit excited. Like you know, like
Hey,
when you're like anxious.
nervousness is a state of excitement, so that's absolutely fair to say. I'm on
Can
board with
I
Yeah.
insight this character when they have said that they basically made up the curse?
Yeah,
because
for sure.
despite that very big factual information,
you're not sure.
Beyond the Shallows, Obscenities would make a good title. I'm going to save it for when they actually go out onto the water, though. Beyond the Shallows is a great name for an episode. I won't use it tonight, though, because I'll save it for when they actually go onto the water. That's a good one. 20! Unnatural 20, Axel.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
happy with that.
Axel, Greta wasn't lying. She made the curse up. Took on a life of its own. She never intended for it to be in its current iteration, but she made it up to scare people away from the ghost ship. She was scared of people getting hurt, people going missing, people losing their lives on the water. She was nervous.
This makes a lot of sense to me in this moment, and hearing her words, that feeling of this curse that has been sitting on me for the last couple of hours, like the overnight and the drink and the sorrow that I kind of fell in has lifted a little bit. But then I look up and remember where I am and what we're still facing. And
Blood even just says like, I mean, still dealing with ghost ship and what that is, not good. So curse gone, good. Ghost ship.
It's good.
I can warn you away from attracting the attention of some of the critters in the dark water, right? Don't throw in lines, don't chum the water, don't splash. I don't know what attracts the attention of that fucking ship. We hadn't put a line in, and it appeared.
Greta, you live here a long time.
Yeah, right? Whole life. Yeah.
What is where ship come from?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. There's been reports of a ghost ship as long as I've been alive. My dad swore he saw it when he was a young kid. Like there's been tales of it, but only maybe once a generation is someone stupid enough to go and attract its attention out on the water. And it was me.
No sense. Is like, why big ship? Oh, nowhere. No makes sense.
Yeah, I again, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know anything like it. It's a tale that's been around forever, and I thought it was fucking bullshit. And now I've got to spend the rest of my life knowing that I lost a friend, more than a friend, to that, because I insisted we stay out.
I give her a bit of, I kind of like reach over and give her a little bit of a pat on the shoulder. I lost friends to ocean too. It is hard, but it's something we must face.
Yeah, I don't want to see anyone else dying. That's why I lied. That's why I made up the story of the curse. It's why I've told people. I just didn't want to see anyone else get lost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I understand you're protecting people with your myth.
Yeah, well, I figured I could just add to the story, right? Everyone knew the story of the ghost ship. I just add a little bit to it that would help people stay away, hopefully. It seems to have worked so far.
Unfortunately, it seems like we're heading back out there despite the knowledge, but it is good to know that we are not inevitably doomed for our ventures.
You want my advice? Keep an eye on the water. I don't know what the ship is, but something hit our boat from underneath. While we were focused on the boat, something hit us. On that ghost ship, something hit our boat and tipped us into the drink. Something physical. It wasn't no fucking ghost that tipped us into the water. I felt it. Something rammed the underside of our little craft, knocked us into the water.
Big fish, squid, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But something hit us. Something, and it was hard. It hit like She wouldn't say a truck. It hit hard. I was about to say, like a fucking truck. She wouldn't say that. It hit hard. It hit hard. And it hit fast. The boat, like, I swear, the boat lifted out of the water for a second. We didn't just tip sideways. We tipped front over. It hit us hard. That's what saved me. I was at the front. I got fucking catapulted away. I had to swim back to the boat. I think that's what saved me. Whatever it was that tipped us in was expecting to just grab us out of the water straight away. But I'd stood up right at the front to get a good glimpse at the ship.
Well, thank you for the warning.
Oh, my pleasure. Least I can do.
You wouldn't happen to have a map of lake at all? By any chance?
I've got rough maps of some of the best fishing spots, but I don't think that's what you're asking for, is it? I haven't got a full map of the lake, no, but I can give you like a rough outline. I've got a few areas I've marked off. Give me a second, I'll trace it onto some parchment. You can take it with you.
That would be good.
I mean, it's not a lot of information, but I mean, my dad and me after him, we've put down weights with rope, with like mark, to see how deep parts of the lake are. So like I can tell you some of the depth.
Good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Give me a minute, I'll get that for you.
While Greta's doing that, I turn to Blood and ask if you have heard of any creatures, huge creatures that could ram a boat, tip a boat, like those kinds of like predatory behaviors. Have you ever heard of anything like that?
Would Blood have to roll for that?
Oh yeah, there'll be some base knowledge you have, but can I have a nature check anyway?
Absolutely.
Natural one. Oh yeah,
Fish.
the pufferfish, when they inflate rapidly, they can displace the water. Flip it. 17. Blood. There are obviously many sea creatures that could ram a boat if they wanted to. You have seen occasionally whales as they rise to the surface to grab plankton and krill. If a boat is unlucky enough to be in the wrong spot, immediately knocked over by a whale. You don't think there's whales in the lake. But then again, you don't want to write it off immediately. You would have said there were no squid in the lake as well, a freshwater lake.
Yeah.
But maybe that's too soon to write off. Orca. There are pods of orca that patrol the northern reaches of the Arctic and down towards the southern Arctic as well. Orca don't normally, like the orca of Nostea are very similar to the orca we have on Earth. There are no real incidents of any orca being aggressive or even injuring or hurting a person or people. It's really not heard of. They're very curious, very intelligent creatures. They don't, like, no one hunts orca in Nostea. They're like with whales and dolphins, they're kind of recognized as being quite intelligent, quite cared for. Melora often marks them as animals under her care. But there's no, like, orca would be large enough. You've seen them ram ice floes to knock seals off and fucking take a seal, and so they could ram a boat. But again, you've never heard of that happening on Nostea. There's no recorded evidence of orca ever harming a person or ramming a boat. There are other creatures, though, that you've heard in tales and legends. Massive crustaceans. And crustaceans, as happy in saltwater as they are in freshwater. You know that crustaceans generally don't have too hard a time switching between the two. If there's squid large enough to attack a boat, squid could ram a boat. You've seen squid ram into the side of nets and lures trying to escape. Squid can move quite fast. That propulsion that they can use can really give them a burst of speed. Squid could be large enough. There are other creatures in the deep waters as well, though. The 17, you've also heard of enormous turtles. Given that you're in a freshwater environment, a large turtle is not impossible or unheard of either.
Yeah.
As you share that information, so you don't have to say that. It's okay, yeah.
In fact, I would like to flavor it as I'm talking about the whales. I think I can flex a bicep, but I'm going to imagine that
a whale.
I have like a whale tattoo on my arm.
Yeah. Perfect. And I think on that note, as you share that, that's a good place to wrap up for tonight. As we leave it on that note, that'll be a good place. And we'll come back next week and jump back in with Jonor and the Vistani. and Jonor Killian in this done, and Tithla as she makes her way to the farmstead to investigate the missing children. So, thank you so much for joining us, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed joining us once again for Curse of Strahd. It is wonderful to be back. I'm very, very excited. Let me load up a stream. Now, is there... Oh, yeah, I know what there is. Josh, you've got your rerun for Faerun, your Soul Survivors rerun. Shall I load that up for us?
Oh, thanks.
Let me
so
load
many
that.
places at once, this guy.
This is a mega long one, this one is, so...
Oh, perfect.
wow.
I'll load that up right now. Thank you so much, everybody. We will see you all soon. Make sure if you're watching on Twitch, you stick around to go and check out what RollTogether RPG have been up to. They're episode 3 of Adventures in Faerun. That'll be very, very exciting. That'll be coming up very, very shortly. Everybody else, I will see you tomorrow night for our Avatar Legends campaign. Until then, stay safe, stay well, and see you all again next time. Farewell, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.